it's truly like only Israel keeps children as prisoners. This is some of the reporting that we're seeing and repeating of reporting by people like Gigi Hadid out there talking about how, it's the same thing. Each side has some children and some young people from the other side. And now they've reached this even Steven deal to exchange them. It's a lie. It's a lie. Israel's hostages were taken out of their beds in the middle of the night. They're civilians sleeping in the homes of their parents, doing no harm to anyone. That's who they pulled. The people who just got released in the 50-person release are 85-year-olds, 84-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 8-year-olds. These are not anything other than innocent civilians. The people who are getting released 3-1, by the way, because that's the deal that Israel always has to strike in order to get any of its hostages back with the Palestinians, are people who were arrested with good cause for having broken laws in Israel. They were afforded due process. They either had trials or were about to go through trials for doing things like attempted murder. That's why they were in the Israeli jails. So you can dismiss them as children all you want. But what we really see is the poor 13-year-old and 15-year-old that were in the Israeli jail. They're there because they committed attempted murder by trying to stab innocents. And guess what? It's all on camera, just to take one case. None of that is reflected in the headlines or the press reporting that we're seeing from places like the BBC and the NPR here in America, never mind the worst offender, Al Jazeera, as they cover this, totally benign, like prisoner swap, as if the 2-year-old had been out there committing war crimes, and that's why Hamas took him.
It's been very selective, the people who get released. Most look pretty healthy, but we know that there are plenty of people who were deeply injured, physically injured, when they were being taken, yet there's no proof of either if they're alive or what condition they're in. Instead, we're making it seem like the people that Hamas is releasing are people who just had, an uncomfortable couple of weeks, but nothing bad here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I'm not surprised, of course, because they don't want international inspectors to come on site and see what they're doing. They would love to have international inspectors come on site and see some of their propaganda. They're releasing video around these hostages that is full of propaganda. And the first tape had them saying to the hostages, wave, go ahead and wave at the camera. So you see the hostages do that. The next tape, they were smart enough to block out the sound. So you see the wave without the instructions going down. And of course, most of these people who are prisoners have been told that the rest of the prisoners will pay for it in blood and pain if they say anything too derogatory about Hamas. So they all have to be very careful upon release so as not to hurt anybody who's still there.